Hey everyone, welcome back. We are on to our next session and we have Alexander and Zaid who are going to talk a little bit about next level communication with Azure AI in the Metaverse. So welcome both. Thank you for joining us. This one's a little bit different. I'm excited to see a little bit of mixed reality, plus obviously all of the AI goodness. So first off, do you want to introduce yourself, both of yourselves to the community?
Sure, Said, please go on.
Hello everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here. So I'm Zaid. I am a mixed reality MVP. I work for a company called Ignore Gravity in Berlin, and thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much, and also happy to be back also on Global AI community. My name is Alex. I'm Microsoft AI MVP, and I'm working in Germany for a company that helps customer to for using Microsoft technology. And this topic we were going to show AI and Metaverse, and I think Said will go on.
Fantastic. Thank you both for introducing yourselves. I think, are you sharing your screen? Are we ready to go?
Just give me a second, please.
No problem. And
Okay.
Alex, welcome back. It's always good to see you as part of the community, both of you. It's
Thank you.
nice to have frequent flyers, as they would say if it was an air mileage program.
And also thank you for organizing this, and greetings to Hank and Sammy in the backend.
Yes, we have to call out the magical unicorns that make all of this happen, right? Even when the screen goes down, don't blame them. That just happens. It's, are we ready with those slides? Wonderful. Yes. There we go. We can see them. Feel free to take it away. We're excited to hear all about your session.
Thank you.
Amazing. So yeah, once again, thank you very much for having us on board. To me, it's also very special because it's my first time speaking at the Global AI conference. And Alex, thank you very much also for enabling this. Like a quick word, I think this slide covers my passion and Alex's passion as well. So as Microsoft MVPs, we love engaging with local and developer communities around the globe and enabling them to get started with new technologies. So to me, it is most likely the mixed reality metaverse technology stack. And and for Alex, it's the AI space. So on our talk today, we will be speaking about next level communication with Azure AI and Metaverse. So we have different stories that we'll be sharing. How we can basically combine AI technologies with Metaverse technologies. To kick this off, so I will be focusing on the mixed reality Metaverse side of things, and later on I'll be handing this over to my friend Alex, who will be going deeper into AI and copilots to take us further on this journey. So how did things started on this topic? So on a personal level, I am deeply engaged with the mixed reality technology like HoloLens, and last year I bought also the Tello drone. It is a programmable drone from DJI, and I thought basically, how can I combine these two technologies together? So imagining we as humans can have superpowers to control like physical objects, drones, you name it, with gestures, with hand gestures, and with voice. So with our cognitive abilities, basically, taking the way how we can interact with physical objects in the real world to a next level. Exactly. So like quick words about Telodrone for the ones who don't know. Telodrone, it is one of the very simple drones that you can get on the market. It's manufactured by DJI, and it's a programmable drone. So from the Tello, you can, when we use the SDK, we can get different telemetry data, like the camera footage, video footage, the orientation of the drone, it's how it. So yeah, like all these basic data that gives us information and details about the behaviors of the Tello. Yeah, and it's like a very affordable drone. I think $100, €100, and I thought always it's a great opportunity, basically, to have hands-on. So a lot of people love hardware and software, basically, and it can't be better to combine these two topics together. For this, so to enable this connection between between these two mediums, like mixed reality and the teledrone, I would say we have a playground that we usually use to enable this. So to develop mixed reality applications, we use a game engine called Unity 3D, and we combine this with different frameworks. In this case, we are going to develop for mixed reality or the HoloLens technology, we use a framework called MRTK. It's an open source project driven by multiple change makers, leaders in the XR space like Microsoft, Qualcomm, and Magic Leap, that enables mixed reality development. So we see here on the picture, it provides already predefined UX UI designs, predefined scripts that allows us to interact with these objects easily, hand menus, enabling like new ways to connect with the 3D objects, you name it. And last but not least, our good friend ChatGPT. So we all know this big hype that came out last year. So I thought how I can also use ChatGPT basically to boost my productivity, enabling this project to proceed further. So in a bit, I will also show this technical documentation. It is a hell. So when you see the technical documentation for the first time, you don't understand anything basically. So, and I used ChatGPT basically to demystify it. Exactly. So what is actually mixed reality? So I always love. So I would love to kick off explaining mixed reality with this short video that we saw at Microsoft Ignite, that portrays how is mixed reality being actively applied to help frontline workers, and how AI is being used to leverage their work. So imagining so our physical world will become our prompt, basically.
Plans populating.
Copilot, when was this last replaced?
Information gathering. Instructions guiding. Schematics aligning.
The video reminds me, or the announcement reminds me also a lot of on Jarvis and Iron Man, and yeah. So you
This
yeah.
is confidence growing. Eyes widening. These are questions.
I just finished Copilot. What's next?
Rotate the engine block 90 degrees.
Questions the way you ask them.
Please get me the detailed view of the optical cable layout.
Never too many questions.
All right. Let's highlight the relay switches.
Go ahead. Keep asking.
It's in.
So basically, in mixed reality, we saw in this quick glimpse, we saw how we can enhance the real world with digital content. And in mixed reality, when it comes to mixed reality, we blend two worlds with each other. So the physical world and the virtual world. There is like between these pillars, there is a different realities, different continuums. The most popular ones are AR and VR. So in contrast to augmented reality, mixed reality integrates digital content into the physical world. So these objects, these holograms that we saw before in the video, are really part of our real environment, and we as human beings then can interact with these with our hand-free, with our gestures, naturally, you name it. So we are blending the physical world with digital content, and we as users, we can still always perceive the real environment. So yeah, like this. Oh, hello. Sorry. So this is also a glimpse on how we can interact with with holograms. And so coming back to the drone, for example, so how basically we can thinking of the possibility turning making drones to become our co-pilots. So to be able basically to control the tele-drone in mixed reality, we need, of course, to check out the SDK that is provided by DJI. So the first time we have a look on this, we almost get a heart attack because there's no clarity basically what we need to do and able to bring the tele to life. So in a nutshell, we see here like 3 different steps. The most important one, basically, we want to see how we can send certain commands and receive feedback from the telo to make the drone behave in certain ways. So the main idea behind this is basically that DJI is providing us certain IP addresses and ports that we can listen on. And we need to set up different UDP clients to send and receive messages from a client to the telo as a server. Each time we need to connect with a tele drone, we need to connect with its Wi-Fi and send the command to be able to connect with its SDK. Exactly. So and on the right side, so it is like a bit limited. So we have like certain commands that we can interact with, that drone can behave accordingly, and we can always receive feedback, okay, or an error in case we got the drone executed, the command executed. And of course, as we are always dealing with a UDP communication, it is a bit challenging. We need always to hope that these commands arrive. So that's why you need to try executing this command or sending this command different times to the drone to make it do what it should do. So yeah, like this is in a nutshell the technical documentation. And here was my first experience basically thinking of how we can apply copilots to. I didn't have an understanding how I should approach this. So basically, I just copied and pasted the architecture into ChatGPT, and and it helped me a lot understanding what is basically happening, or it gave me at least a first inspirational approach how to implement the architecture. So it developed, it assigned different definitions. It developed also for Unity or a C# script that allows us to send and receive feedback to the telo. And here, like the send command is like a global method that we can use in a different script to send always these commands to the telo drone. And here is also like a quick glimpse on how the setup in Unity looks like. So we see a lot of the MRTK components that are matched with these methods that we have. Exactly. So I know it's not the perfect way to interact with Unity or with the drone, but like at least something. Here is also like a video we created of the demo. So let's have a look on it quickly. Maybe Alex, you can give me a quick feedback how we are in time.
It's okay. Please go on.
Okay, nice. So yeah, this is the mixed reality experience. So usually if we are on site in person, I demo this like live flying the drone in person, and I had the first time the opportunity to throw a live demo on this project together with Alex. I think in the times we hosted a Reactor event in Berlin, flying it live with the audience. So I think it was a very nice and special experience. So we see here like the first person view from the HoloLens, how we interact with certain objects to make the drone behave. Exactly. So that's it. So when it comes to how we approach mixed reality with a drone, with a drone to enable a new way humans can like interact with virtual and with physical objects. And we also, I think, we all heard about Microsoft Mesh recently. It is also a new way how we can bring people together. So thinking of big corporate companies that do not always have the opportunity to travel from A to B and bring their team together. So Mesh is enabling or leveraging social connections, digital presence, and how people can interact together in the metaverse. And we also at Ignite, we saw here, for example, a big momentum how Copilot could be used to enable 3D generative AI in 3D context. And for me personally, one of the next steps is thinking how I can use the approach with a drone. So here we built like the simple idea or approach how we can test waters, for example, in IoT. So here we can basically, I don't know, like we can think of enabling controlling the drone in a cyberpunk environment in Mesh, creatively, approaching the idea of digital twins, IoT, and AI together. So we saw a lot of momentum in my part how we used copilots and technologies like ChatGPT to oops.
I'm sorry, that's my slide.
Oh yeah, of course. To sorry. I forgot the last sentence. Sorry. And now handing it over to you, Alex. Sorry to get a glimpse what is actually behind copilots and ChatGPT to embrace our productivity in the tech scene.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. Sorry, my slide was in front a little bit too early, but you have seen this kind of copilot in Zaid's presentation, and that is the point we are going in the backend. And I have to show two things there. And the first one is, if you're going to use your organization data for Microsoft 365 Copilot, then we have to do a user prompt to the Copilot. In the second step, the Copilot will ground the data from Microsoft Graph, also from the Dataverse, from our connection, from plugins, and so on. Give this data back. This is the third part, modified the prompt for the LLM on this kind. There's an Azure OpenAI instance there that helps us to run this LLM and to run this dialogue then. To get our LLM response back. That is the point 4. And in the 5, we are not going directly back to the user. We are going back to the post-processing for compliance and purview. And we are we check if this answer is okay. Is it safe to give it back to the end user or not? So we are do some content safety stuff there, and back then we provide our feedback, our response from the Copilot. So due of time, I do not show you every single step in this presentation, but you can just show up. This is a Microsoft Ignite Jeremy Chapman talk, so you can go and grab it there. If you are interested to build this on your own, then we can also doing like this one. So you just imagine we have our front end here. There's a web app or also a connection from the mesh. We have our backend here with the private endpoints to OpenAI or also AI Studio as a new one, the search service, and also other AI services. And then what we need for these, I can show it up to you. So nowadays we have Azure Machine Learning Studio. That is the old one. And then we have Azure OpenAI Studio and the new one from 4 weeks ago. We presented this at the Ignite. That is Azure AI Studio. We need to create this kind of resource. And what we see here is our project and the home. Back at the Explore, you can see the huge catalog on the language models there from OpenAI, of course, but also from the Meta, from NVIDIA, and so on. So there are a lot of different language models that are provided from different also some custom models from another companies also. We have a lot of capabilities there for language, also content safety, for example, if you want to summarize something, extract some named entities and so on. But then if we want to explore, of course, the content safety features, we need our Azure AI workspace to run this one. And then we can provide some information on what kind of content safety do we need on violence, self-harm, sexual or hate, for example. So just to give you an example on these steps, number 5 and also number 6, back to the Microsoft 365 Copilot, that is the same, but we built it in the Azure AI Studio on our own. Then if we want to build this, okay, we can also going for prompt flow. That will be, I will show this in a moment. We can do one new deployment and then start on this one. So if you are going to hit the deployment button, then you can also see the assistant setup. What we have also already seen on the last talk, as Louis presented there. So I will skip this time. If you need a new deployment, you just hit give me one model and you can just create a new one and run this. The model will be created, and then you are here in the prompt flow. For example, that is really interesting one, because you can build directly interaction step by step with your system. So for example, extract query from questions, get URL, search for the results, give me an output, and so on. So we can provide more LLMs here, more prompt, more Pythons. Of course, first of all, you need your runtime here. So you have to create, I named this one Global AI Runtime, and also put some compute instances like CPU or GPU, what you can choose here for. That is the same as you also already mentioned, prompt flow. You can also see this one on Azure Machine Learning Studio. That is the same experience this time also here. If I do not have any quarters more for GPUs at this time, you can see I created this a few days ago. So I have to run CPUs, for example. Then I see, okay, what kind of CPUs runtime can I provide here? And you can also directly see the cost or the estimated cost for this. Then you hit create and create this kind of resource. It's like creating. It take a few moments, so do have time. I have screenshotted this because I think creation of this, it depends on, of course, what kind of resources do you need, but I think it takes 5 to 10 minutes minimum to create. So it's easier to run this on the screenshot. So it's running already. I can choose this one, create my compute instance, and also confirm, okay, it should be auto starting. After this one, of course, if you are not familiar, you can also I'm sorry, my Teams went offline. I'm back again, I hope. So now it's okay?
Yep, you're back.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for this. This input will be then extracted. If you want to run this on the Visual Studio Code, you can run this in a web instance. Just hit the compute instance that you have created already, or you can also choose the new one. Just set it up and running, it create you a new runtime there. And also if you launch, you're already in your Visual Studio Code. If you can take it offline, of course, download the files, but then you see here the extract query from question. You can also look it up in the Visual Studio Code, or also going to the extract Visual Studio. You see that is the same, and if it is both on the both side live, so you can just grab here and provide some information, and also doing like this here also. So that is the same. I can just going there and provide some. This is a prompt engineering. I go to the system and say, okay, how system should interact? What is the user example? What is conversation history? What kind of examples do I have here? And then just going there, provide some Python scripts to extract the URLs from the search and provide the information. Back to the studio, I can also run every single part of this and check if it's already running, is it okay or not. So would it just run all of the steps beside? Should it yeah, is it working correctly or not? It's something like the debugging also, and then you can just provide here the more information. So also more tools, of course. You can provide more services here behind there. Last but not least, I have to mention, of course, if you're interested, you should also do AI 120 exam. There's a link. If you go to EKS MS Pathways, you can just, you have to learn this kind of information. That is Microsoft Learn documentation for this, and you're ready to take this exam to get your Azure AI engineer, as I'm also already done. And last but not least, Microsoft Learn Cloud Skill Challenge that is running until January 15 next year. And if you're lucky enough, you can get full event pass for Microsoft Ignite and also build. There are 12 challenges, but if you're going to get this one, Azure AI language or Azure AI Vision or General AI, this is a challenge that you create. And then if you are lucky enough, you are ready to go for the build or the Ignite. That's it for us. Thank you very much. And yeah, if there are questions, we are happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this great session with lots of innovations combined together. Really great. Unfortunately, we don't have time for questions anymore, but I want to thank you both for this terrific session and also for supporting the community. And I hope you have a great rest of the conference.
Sure. Thank you very much for organizing, and have a nice.
Thanks for having
Bye-bye.
us.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Amazing. So thank you both for joining us. And next we'll head to quite a different session with a different vibe. So let's do it.